If you have a Moen Roman tub Monticello faucet system, like similar to this one, all that, where you had a problem where when you pull the diverter and when the water pressure on and then all of a sudden no water comes out of the faucet or the shower head, this is a video to show you how to fix that, at least for me anyways. So I'm going to explain to you the process I went through to show how to fix this faucet and all that when I was doing it. The hardest part at first is I wasn't sure how to remove this handle, diverter handle. I wasn't, there was no instructions anywhere online to show you how this is attached to the diverter part. I'm going to show you later on in the video what the diverter looks like. First step is you have to unscrew the diverter handle from the diverter body or the pole inside the faucet part. So to do this is, now I've already done this a few times, so it's not tight anymore, but you would originally, because especially if it's an old faucet, it's been around, 20 years or so, you really got to force it to be able to unscrew this and all that. So unscrew just like a regular, counter clockwise. Screw it in. Keep unscrewing. There is going to be water coming out, so make sure you put some towel. There's obviously your faucets are off. You don't need to shut off the water for this. Just a little bit of water that's in the valve body. So you pull it off. Keep going. Eventually it'll come loose. So there you go. There's the threaded part. You see how the water's kind of coming out of the valve body and all that. You just got to put a towel so the water doesn't go everywhere. It'll stop in a second or two. It's just a little bit of forced in. There you go. So now the next step is you have to unscrew. There's a little Allen screw just inside of there in the faucet. And you just got to get the right size. I used to have normally a cap on here, but in my case the cap was not here when I got the home. So you just got to give it a little twist. It might be, again, if it's been years that it's ever been taken off, might be a little hard. I suggest maybe you spray some WD or something like that just to help it unscrew. You don't have to unscrew it all the way, just a little bit so the faucet can come loose. Now again, keep your towel close. Pull that up. And right away try and put the water in the tub so you don't go water everywhere and all that. So, and put the faucet down so the water pours out of there. Now for this repair, to be able to remove any of the parts in the diverter, valve body and all that, you need to get the special Moen tool. I don't know the exact number or anything like that. One part is used to unscrew the top nut. The other part is used to unscrew the inside nut as well. I got mine from my plumbing shop. He lent it to me for a few days. So I'll show you it again. Initially it was extremely hard to unscrew these, but obviously once you do them now, it's not hard at all. So the first part is the part with a hole. You're supposed to be able to do this by hand. You just kind of put it over the nut. Here, I'll remove this so it's kind of clearer. Again, there's a little nut part right here you need to kind of screw in. So you put your handle on, and once it's been unscrewed, it's supposed to be able to do it by hand. I'm just gonna, there we go. So this first part unscrews. See, there's a little nut like that. You can put this aside for now, the tool. Now this part is just kind of like a pressed fit in. There you go. It's a little valve body. And then there's the diverter part. Now the diverter, you can't pull it out because there's something holding it down. There's another nut kind of holding it down in there. Now you switch over to the other end, the smaller end. Let it drop inside and you kind of feel your way around. There's water, so make sure you keep your towel close by. And so you just got to make sure you catch it, and then you can unscrew it. Now I've already replaced the diverter. The new one, the old one, which I'll show you a little bit later, was quite used up, so I put a new one in. I got it from the plumber. And there you go. So now you have a part. This is the diverter right here. This actually comes off this nut part right here. And there's your diverter arm, basically. This is what kind of prevents the water from flowing down to the shower head when it's on, when it's down position, and then when you pull it up, it forces the water down into the bottom and then comes up to the shower head and all that. And this is kind of the nut that holds everything together. Now, the problem for me though is there's a check valve or stop valve inside there. Let me vacuum out the water in here. I use just a shop vac to vacuum it out as much as I can, and I'm going to show you afterwards what it looks like and what I did. All right, so now we've emptied out all the water from the valve. I'm going to try and get it to focus in. There we go. If you look down there, you see there's a white plastic part. Sorry, it keeps out of focus here. That is called a check valve or a stop valve. It's supposed to prevent the water from coming back up into the valve body. I'm not really sure why it's there, but even Moen told me you better to remove this thing. So all I did is I took a Robertson screwdriver that's long enough. In this case, this is quite a long screwdriver, and I just poked a little hole. Sorry, the focus is a little out. Just to kind of give it a little push to give it a hole, and that's all it took. And actually, Moen told me this part needs to be removed. We don't actually need that part. I was able to manage to get rid of the spring. There is a spring underneath there and all that, and then remove that, but I can't obviously get into there. I don't want to break the tub and all that. I don't feel like this is the whole purpose of why I don't want to do this. And that little hole has allowed me to be able to use the tub again, the shower head, without having to do anything. I don't see any leaks. I checked underneath from the other side. I didn't hear any water because again, there's just and water's coming out beautifully and all that from this. So anyway, I just want to share this with you again. I hope this helps someone if they ever have the same situation. Again, this is the Moen Roman tub faucet, the Monticello series. I think it's the 953 or something like that, the part number. I'll have to put it in the link somewhere below for the description. But anyway, hope this helps you out. Thank you.